to episode 4 of Presstartoplay. This is Christina.
This is Anjel.
This is Brian.
Yes. That's delicious.
Not
Okay.
as delicious as this beer right now.
I just wanted to do voices. So,
Hey!
this
What's
is
going on?
episode 4, and we've got some new equipment, so we're hoping you like the new sounds.
Yes. That sounds quite nice.
I think it sounds excellent, actually.
Sounds really good, guys. Are you really excited about this?
I'm very excited.
Oh.
Oh,
okay,
man.
all right.
Okay,
So
all right.
Too close. Too close.
today on the this episode, sorry everyone, we're just having too much fun with this. We're going to discuss some Kickstarter and Steam Early Access. Then we're going to discuss some PS Vita stuff that we have some either problems with or just in general. We have some things we need to get out. Including some, Brian's really bent down the app limit, but we're going to talk about that later. Don't need to get into it now. And then we're going to talk about MMORPGs. Some of them are going to councils, how we feel about that, and a very rare Nintendo game that has hit the market. How I don't understand, but and then some games we've played and new releases. So let's start off with the Kickstarter Early Access. What about these new Kickstarter projects?
I like them. I think they're a great idea. They're a great avenue for people who don't.
How do you feel about Infinity Ward though? Like the developers that just left, they just decided let's release our game on here and see how people respond. Like
it cuts a lot of bureaucracy. You're able to have much more command over your project, and you're not as Well, it's actually
It's an interesting theory. The whole thing is, are these guys going to do this thing publisher free? Are they going to publish independently?
Yeah.
If they do publish independently, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If you don't have the publisher support and you want to, if you're really into your project, the one you're talking about with the Infinity War guides, To the Death, is actually pretty cool. I watched it the other day, and I think it's interesting.
Cool, yeah.
I like the idea.
Isn't there a God of War creator on that? Isn't that what I saw?
No, I didn't think so.
I thought I saw a name for that.
I know there's one guy from
more.
Infinity Ward,
Two.
Respawn as well. So it's basically it's a cool game. It's a side-scrolling shooter with a melee combat element.
It looks really neat, and I want to back it. My only thing is with these bigger games, like the Final Fantasy guy too, is the money that they want from you, which is fine. It's almost as much as the video game itself to back it, but it's like a ridiculous amount.
Do you feel it's an issue? Like these big fishes kind of swimming in a pond?
For them, it's a bigger pond. Like, okay, so I've backed Mighty Number 9, and I've backed one other game, and it was like $20 for each, and that's fine, but I got cool shit. Like, I got, like you get forum stuff, you get a digital copy, you might get an extra copy.
I can see why someone he would do it, because that's the closest I'm going to get to like a legit Mega Man in a good while.
And did you back
I'm kind of just giving up on it.
And it looks neat, but like these games are like, if you spend $40, you get the game, and then you get like some extra content. If you do the $20 one, you might get your name in there. It's like, but their prices are so outlandish. In my own opinion, not all of them, but just some of them, because
it
they're
always
already.
Depends. It
does.
Depends.
But I'm saying like for those people like Infinity Ward, because they're already bigger.
They're not bigger anymore. They've spawned out from being an Infinity Ward, and they want to try to do something different. That's the main thing. These Kickstarter things they're wanting to try something different.
And I get that. And there's some that are really cool. Like Tim Schafer. Tim Schafer did his, the other one. Broken Age.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't made a game since Psychonauts. I don't know why.
No, they did make games before that.
I have some
Costume
with him as a developer.
Why? What's wrong with
He's one of those big concepts, then what he actually produces is not
Psychonauts
quite on the
cool.
mark.
I don't want to talk about this with you.
Everyone would play Psychonauts.
I love Psychonauts. So.
It's cool.
Did you play Psychonauts?
Yes, I played Psychonauts.
Because we're going to have a problem if you don't. Did you like it?
Sure, it was alright.
Everything but the meat level. The meat circus is horrible. But anyway, let's get back on the subject.
Man.
I love the Milkman. He's my favorite.
I am the Milkman. I know. It's good stuff.
But, back on these Kickstarter things, there's certain elements of Kickstarter that I like. Like, I'm a big fan, as I mentioned before, in previous shows of Pinball Arcade. And what these guys did, they have a publisher, But the reason they did Kickstarters is because they have licensed pinball tables like Twilight Zone, Star Trek: The Next Generation, and Terminator 2.
Okay.
That they kickstarted to buy the license to produce the table. They already had the publisher behind them, but their main thing was if we can get the license, we can reproduce this table so everyone can enjoy it again. Because, there are not that many tables out like that anymore in the wild, of course. So that's kind of cool. That idea of Kickstarter is cool. In some of these games, like the Kingdom Come Deliverance that I watched.
Did you kickstart that?
No, I didn't, because honestly, I was going to buy it anyway. I bought the Terminator table.
But it's really cool if you think about it, because...
But I could have bought it.
Yeah.
The problem with that one specific was that they lost their license with Crave Entertainment.
Okay.
And Crave was publishing their games on Xbox, and they had their games... the Kickstarters were so you can get a copy of the game on Xbox, and I'm big on the Xbox 360, but they never came out on Xbox because they lost the publishing rights with Crave. But they did come out on the Vita, and they did come out on PlayStation 3, which was cool, and I got them on those.
That specific Kickstarter, it's already 100% kickstarted, and it started a week ago.
Like the Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Yes.
That looks cool.
But, yeah, and if you're a Kingdom Come fan, for sure, but like the unsung story, is that what it was? I don't remember.
From the Final Fantasy
creator?
Yeah.
His is like barely kickstarted. And
well, the other one you pointed out to me was Raven.
Yeah, that one looks cool. That was pretty kickstarted already.
It hasn't met its goal yet, but
But it's closer than the Final Fantasy one.
The one with Kingdom Come Deliverance is they have someone backing them.
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do is get some extra funds.
And that's...
And I'm assuming what they're going to try to do with that is at least, with the new systems, the new consoles and everything, what they're going to try to do... Okay.
Yeah.
What they're going to try to do... It's REVEN. What they're going to try to do is they're going to publish this independently.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it episodic, from what I saw in the video. So they're going to put out one full episode of content that's going to be, 20 to 30 hours. And if they get enough backing, then they're going to do another episode with more content.
Not to interrupt you, but the Infinity Ward developers, they make their game that's coming out. Well,
To the Death.
Yeah. Okay, so... I don't remember what's going on.
Well, I think the cool thing about that game is the co-op aspect. Which,
I know. Wait.
The co-op aspect. Okay, backtrack. The co-op aspect was cool because...
No, for me. I'm muting you.
Don't mute me.
Claptrap, what's up?
You can hold on.
Focus, please.
So the Infinity Ward game.
Yes, To the Death.
Okay, so that game, for them, personally, that game's coming out on Steam. It's not even coming out on PS4 or PS Vita unless they hit a certain goal, which is pretty out there. So that's an instance what you're saying, like kind of like about your Kingdom Come game. Like that game's coming out on Xbox, right? That's the goal.
Their thing was they're going to come out on PC, Steam, Steam.
That's like the first
PS4 and Xbox One. So that's cool. To the Death, they're doing the Steam thing, and if they hit a certain goal, then they'll do PS4 and Vita.
I would love to back it if I could get it on like my Vita, because we know how much I'm attached to that.
I've only backed one Kickstarter in my life, and that was for something I love, which is the Pixies. It doesn't revolve around video games or anything like that, but it was for a photo album of Pixies and the concerts and all the shows they do, and you get a signed photo album from... I can't remember now. Oh my god!
But it's okay.
But it's awesome.
Understand.
So I supported that one. I was interested in supporting the pinball arcade ones. I never did. But the To the Death one seems cool. It's just their thing for the next gen consoles and the Vita. Yeah. It's up there.
It is.
And that kind of bothers me a little bit because
then what if you back it and then you're stuck with a PC copy because no one else backed it to get your PS4 or PS Vita copy because that's what
my
you have.
thing.
I know
because I don't play games on the PC.
But then for me, what if it's not on Mac? Because I have a Mac and Angel does have a PC, but then I won't be able to play it. I just backed the game I can't even fucking play. Sorry for language.
That's okay. Language is acceptable. But
that brings an interesting point of what your expectations are, because you're no longer purchasing a game anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of people get this with the idea of like, oh, I'm buying a game. No, now you're actually an investor.
Yes.
You're investing in the property.
Exactly.
Yes.
But that's my concern. That's why I haven't invested in any of these games, because I'm waiting to see what happens so that I know what I'm really going to get. What are the things that they have promised at a certain level that I will be able to get as an investor?
And I think that should be a separate issue, because if you're being sold one thing, you're being promised one idea, and now it's all hinged on whether how many other people can port it over,
and
that's why, a whole other investment.
But that's why Kickstarter is as good as it is. Don't get me wrong, because there are some people out there that have games that can't get developed, and they're cool-looking games and ideas, and you're like, wow, I want to fucking play that game. And that's fine, but it's like you have to hit a certain goal, and you're hoping that you have 30 days, and you're hoping other people see this potential in this game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Well, that brings a flaw into the system, then.
But it's hard.
It's not really a flaw.
Because if they don't hit that...
It's independent publishing, which is a big thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a way to get funds for your game without dealing with publishers and dealing with the BS.
It is,
and making your own vision.
But this still shows you're still beholden to the investors.
So
which is the whole point behind the publishers. The publishers are beholden to investors.
Investors you need investors to make a game. You can't really make stuff on your own. It'll take time. Yeah, I understand. I'm with you.
So, but do you guys think it's right for these big developers to be asking money?
I think the better part is that they're experienced.
Mm-hmm.
They're experienced developers.
Do you think it's only because no one else wanted to help them with their ideas?
No, it's something they want to do on their own.
You would think, because these people have proven track records.
Hey, I made Call of Duty. Why won't you want this awesome-looking game, right?
That's not the point, though.
100%.
I get it.
That's not the point. The point is, I don't want to make Call of Duty anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make something different. That's why I left these companies.
Okay.
And because I left these companies, I want to do this independently from publishers. I want to put out a game that I want to play, that I'm into, and I hope other gamers are into.
Okay.
And if you will support me, hopefully we'll get this game on PC and other platforms.
So on your note of PC, what is your idea and take of the Steam Early Access, Angel?
It is what it is. I like it. I mean...
Have you actually,
greenlighted
games or gotten early access for them?
Yeah, like, for instance, DayZ.
Did you do that with Prison Architect?
Prison Architect still is. It's not complete
I didn't
at
know
all.
that.
That's far from complete.
You're so into
the ideas that they have for it.
They look cool. They're looking better as you're playing.
Like, what it is now and what that they've been putting toward it, or what they plan to, are wonderful. And that's why I've backed it. And that's why I consider what I have just a working testing product. Yeah. It's far from completion.
So that you just backed it.
You backed it. Did you
Wait, it's not like Kickstarter, though. That's why I'm trying to...
it's early access.
So you paid for early access for this game?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to... I was about to say. So it's not Kickstarter. It's Steam.
Yes.
So do you think that like Steam has the right idea right now with like that kind of stuff? Like, okay, these people... It's greenlit first, right? Before it becomes an early access game.
Well, that's...
Sort of, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a Kickstarter, but for Steam only.
Right.
Do you think
So the question I have... I don't play a lot of PC games. So the question I have is, since you purchased the game, when the game is finished, you still get the game, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You pretty much own it. You don't have to pay
The incentive is that I'm paying a smaller... premium.
So
DayZ, what they will inevitably charge
DayZ will be like $50, and right now it's $30.
It's
for like a beta version of the game, basically, or alpha,
or even less than that. It's alpha, so
Okay.
Friend Nathan are playing DayZ, and it's really neat, but they paid $30 for the alpha version. I don't even know. Is it on alpha? What is it even on? I don't even know the beta.
Which, for Prison?
No, for DayZ.
Oh yeah, that's hardcore alpha. I mean, like. There's the modded version that you can play still with Arma, and I think that's a little bit more completed than what the DayZ standalone is. Because the standalone is, oh boy, that's some shit.
So let's get away from the whole like early access Kickstarter
Which kind of worries me a little bit, because I don't know what I have supported. I don't know what the end result of DayZ is going to be, and that's kind of like the trip for me.
I haven't
as someone
bought it.
Who's bought it early on.
Yeah.
I'm sold on the idea, which is
it's cool.
the
It looks
survivalist.
cool. But I don't know if I'd be able to like play it on end. It's an MMO zombie game.
I've heard of that game.
It's MMORPG.
It's a survival game.
Yeah.
So my main thing is, if you die in that game, are you dead?
Permadead. So you need new character, everything.
Have you?
So it's like
Left 4 Dead, It's
no,
like
it's Zombie U.
Yes, but it's like if Left 4 Dead.
I'm more of an extreme.
Yeah.
Extreme, yeah, it's MMO, yes.
It's a Left 4 Dead World of Warcraft. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right, so straying away from the whole Kickstarter early access stuff.
I would love to go back into another episode. Not this time.
It's okay.
Sorry.
So
we can talk about that next time.
All right, so all three of us.
About it a lot.
The good news about this table right here, because I'm pretty excited about it, is that we all play the Vita. And
I will say that this is the only time I've ever been in a room where everyone has owned a Vita.
And that's good, because I have also had that problem where I'm the only one that has a Vita and no one gives a shit about what I'm saying. So, we're going to talk about what's wrong with the PS Vita. Because the PSP had problems, right? And all three of us had a PSP. I remember Anjel had one too. And the problem was...
The problem with the PSP was not enough second analog stick, honestly.
Okay, well, and the game content wasn't good. But,
a lot of content.
So what do we think...
A lot of the game content on that system was great. I'm sorry, you can't say that.
But why? But why did it die? What went wrong with the PSP? I think it died.
No, it never died.
It didn't really die so much.
The next system came out, and now the new thing. The thing that went wrong with the PSP was the PlayStation, the PS Go, with the
that
digital
was stupid.
garbage.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that was so
I think
terrible.
it was way before that, though. The problems were way before that.
I think the problem, personally, in my own opinion, what I've seen and I've heard is... What I've heard, really, is the fact that people were hacking it. Now, I know Angel's going to disagree, and that's fine. You can say whatever you want, but I
hacked the crap out of that thing before.
But you also supported the shit out of the thing.
Yes,
I've seen your collection. I know you weren't a jerk face, and you weren't just downloading free games, and that's cool. But then there's those people that didn't buy into anything. They just bought the system. They spent $150, $100, whatever it was at the time, and then they got a memory card. Well, later.
That happen with any sort of...
That happens with all systems. It happens with the...
But how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that's okay? Because that's kind of hurting that industry.
Homebrews happen?
Yes.
I think homebrews arise from a need that is not being fulfilled, which is the biggest problem that the PSP had, is that Sony was not fulfilling any need with the PSP, period. It was just kind of there, and they were, hey guys, look, it's the PSP, isn't it kind of cool? And then no one gave a shit, because there's nothing for it.
You know why?
Had you gone to Japan...
Oh, Japan was huge.
Tons of lovely.
But that's what he was saying, is like Japan gets all this love.
No support for it here. It was, hey guys, look at this. What about it? And then that was it.
That's one of the things I like about the Vita now, is we're getting a lot of good indie support. Which I know a lot of people complain about it. Like, where's the real games? What's wrong with an indie game? Indie games are great.
The perception of indie
games are good, but here's the problem.
I love indie games.
Okay, you do, but you're like the 10 to 15%, and I'm not saying I am too, but the problem is not a lot of people. You know what they want? They want Grand Theft Auto. They want Call of Duty, because they're those people that's all they like.
Funny split though, because right now it's split between two. There's one side that's in favor of kind of like going back to garage development roots, that are in favor of experimentation and like new ideas, and that's wonderful because it's desperately needed. New ideas welcomed. Absolutely should have them.
Yes.
And there's the others that are rightfully expecting from a premium these high production values, because the PSP is fully capable of it.
The PS Vita.
Or the Vita. Well, it's even the PSP at the time too.
I don't think
going back before the Vita, it kind of had.
But especially with the Vita too, is that it's capable of so much.
It's capable of so much. There's a lot of crappy ports on it. I will definitely say
there are some really stupid games. And that's not helping its case.
No, it's not. But there are a lot of killer apps on it too. I think Rayman Legends is a killer app. I think Killzone Mercenary is a killer app. There are a lot of killer apps on it. Gravity Rush is a killer app.
But then there's one
Gravity Rush is, okay.
There are killer apps on that system. The Uncharted game.
No, I disagree.
But for some people, like my friend that just got one, he can only list like 2 games, and the rest he thinks are garbage. And for me personally, and for you two, like, there are games that we love that we can list like 5
Most of the games in the Vita are garbage. I agree.
I disagree.
I can list Rayman. Everything he just listed and more.
There are
YS.
Persona 4 is fantastic.
Ragnarok? No, but unless you're an Uncharted fan or a Little Big Planet fan.
A game that could be a system seller that there's not a big draw for is the Killzone Mercenary.
Still.
Killzone Mercenary.
Still yet much of a library for it.
There's a great indie library.
It's the 3DS, backed by a company that's infamous for having such piss poor third-party support. But even that shit's fucking...
What game? Wait, what game?
You're talking 3DS.
But see, with
But
the
the
3DS,
struggled.
it
when it
did
first came out
for like
too.
a year and a
It did.
half, 2 years.
The Vita still does.
It is, and it's still on its.
I'm a Vita supporter.
I love the Vita. Don't get me wrong.
So
You hesitated. If we want to go there, you didn't buy it at first. Didn't you wait for like a deal, or you looked online?
I always wait for a deal. Come on now.
it's just cool.
Hey, I was having a bad day, so I bought it right away. Let's get that straight.
I was lucky to get mine for $200.
Yeah.
A couple weeks after it came out. So, but my main thing that I like about the Vita, in my, like I've talked about before, my crack addiction is just these indie games like Spelunky. Spelunky
And
is
it's a great
on the
game.
Vita.
But if you already own it on, let's say, the PC or the Xbox, and it's been out for a while, why would you buy it again? Not unless it's on sale, which I know you did. But that's
So
a
I
thing
can play
too.
it still.
But why? It's normally
It's
like
great on
$10 to
that.
$15. You're gonna spend another $10 and $50 on that one indie game.
See, one of the
That's
good
my
things,
problem with these games. Is
No,
they're
no,
being re-released and they were already released.
Okay, so you bring up that argument. Some of these games, though, are cross-buy. So you're paying the premium,
And that's the cool point.
and you're getting the game on your PlayStation 3 and your Vita, so you
Not
can
on my
play
4.
it on both.
My 4 has no love.
Yeah, but that's going to happen soon.
I hope.
Oh, it's going to.
I really do.
I think
because-
that also speaks to the fact that Sony just does not support it to that same degree.
Because I have Escape Plan.
They sold
Wait.
the PS4 with the idea that the Vita was going to be so
Remote play.
Wait, it does.
And
But
the
wait.
remote play works
So,
very well.
The
in it.
only games that I have so far that can multi-download on PS3 and Vita are Flower, Flow, Escape Plan, and Sound Shapes. Those are the games I noticed I can download on all the systems.
It's early still.
I get that. But if you knew that you were going to release this new, fantastic new system and you wanted to be on top of
You know what a
Xbox,
cool
why
game-
wouldn't you already have those on the line day one?
You know what a cool game would
Sound
have been?
Shapes, fine.
Not Sound Shapes. A cool game they just released on PlayStation 4 would have been cool to have in the Vita with cloud
Don't
support.
Starve?
Would be Don't Starve, exactly.
Yeah, but it was already on PC a long time ago.
I understand that.
I
But not
know.
everybody plays PC games.
I know that, but my point is like that. Okay, it's on PC. I get not everyone plays PC, but
I
not
don't.
everyone on PC plays console. So you have to think that route too.
Not everyone
And
on
I
PC
just-
plays consoles either.
And I
Go
just started playing PC, so I can see both mentalities. I couldn't
Which
before.
is kind of ironic because they're kind of merging now. If you kind of
I know.
drew Venn
Everything is
diagrams
merging.
on
And that's
that,
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at is
middle.
before I couldn't see that. But it's like, okay, so let's say Steam has early access, like a year ago for Don't Starve, because it came out a long time ago. I buy it.
Yeah.
Why the hell would I buy it again for like $10-$20 on my PS4, my Xbox One? Why wouldn't I just stick to my PC one, right? Why would I buy it again?
Handhelds
Portable
are
version is totally
needs.
different, though.
I know, I'm just saying in a general, that's not a handheld game. I kind of strayed away from that. Don't Starve, it's not on a handheld, it's on PS4.
I understand that, but handheld games are still a good thing.
They serve a very.
I still
particular
think the
need.
Vita has...
I enjoy handheld games every day at work.
I
during
do.
my lunch hour.
I do. And
So-
my lunch and my 10, I get 2 10s and a lunch at the current job I'm at until next week. That's what I get. And I play the shit out of my 3DS, Animal Crossing, and then I switch, and then I play my Vita. No big deal. I love it. I can get online, play Phantasy Star, which I don't lately, but that's not the point. I think the Vita has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
I do.
The Vita
I
has
do agree
great
with
potential.
Angel that the library isn't per se is good for other people that want it. Us three, yeah, we're gamers.
sure.
We're like, I'm going to buy
Yeah.
into this.
There
It's going
is
to be
no
great.
system seller for it. You were buying an idea. When you
What
buy
what
a
is the
Vita.
system?
The only
what is the
people that
system
bought it
seller
in the
you're
beginning
thinking
for
of?
them was Uncharted and Little Big Planet. And the only reason I'm saying that is because those are the big PS3 sellers. So people are like, oh man, new content. And they buy
By
it.
that right, Little Big Planet's
Yes.
the closest because that offers the
And
closest
that came out
experience.
half a year late. I bought my Vita, if you want to get in this discussion with me, on launch for Little Big Planet, and it did not come out, just like the PS3 one, by the way, for like 8 to 9 months. Do you know how mad I was? A little bit. Just a little bit. Can you hear my voice? Because I can hear it right now, and it's really
I can
irritating.
hear it.
I'm so irritated still.
I want to go back to system seller.
That's fine.
Angel,
You go back to
it.
What would you think would be a system seller for this system?
I haven't seen it quite.
It's a different market. You know, with
It is.
Nintendo, the 3DS, you have your Zelda, you have your Mario, you have your Pokemon.
God of War.
Nintendo is
I don't,
excellent
I
at
don't
having
think God of War.
established first party. Pokemon will
Metal
always
Gear
be
Solid.
on that level for the 3DS.
Metal
for
Gear
any
Solid?
Nintendo handheld property, because it's the only way you're going to.
You already have a Killzone, so it's either Metal Gear Solid or your God of War.
So in a sense, Sony needs to find their own Pokemon. I'm not saying that it needs to be that.
Happen.
That's too fucking bad, because then the Vita's just going to be like the PSP all over again.
3DS had Animal Crossing and Pokemon this year.
Thing.
That's what helped them.
They released a whack Call of Duty that they thought was going to be a system seller, and it wasn't, because it sucked.
It was bad.
So if they release a good Call of Duty, everyone loves Call of Duty.
Sure.
Do you think that could be a system seller? For
yes,
if
because
you can play
that's
online
the
on the
experience
go,
that
yes.
people are looking for. And a handheld, thus, it serves the purpose of a handheld.
So that experience has been fulfilled, I think, personally, with Killzone Mercenary. I think that game...
That's a memory eater, so you're going to have to invest.
I have the card, though. I haven't bought the game. So it doesn't eat any memory.
Because you're sold on the ideal.
Yes.
I think I'm drunk. I just want to interrupt his argument to say that.
But before we get off of the Vita,
yes.
I want to talk about one thing I can't stand about this system is
your
the
100 app limit.
I don't know anyone except for
and
you.
And it sucks allegedly, according to Brian.
Again,
I just wanted to state
the only people that I know are in this room right now that have come upon that limit.
32 gigabyte. I
struggle to find
no memory.
Download to fill up.
No, I have absolutely no memory left. Do you know how much shit I'm deleting?
Well, quite a lot of shit.
Sucks.
What do you actually use on it?
Do you understand? I can't play Phantasy Star because the downloads for the updates are about a gig each.
Deleting the unnecessary shit that you don't use.
I can't because then I lose all the save data because
that's the problem.
They didn't market it where it saves on my card. They marketed it so it saves on my damn system.
Using that is devouring.
Do you see how many games are over there? They're covered by a microphone kit. But then I have downloadable games, and if I delete an app, I lose everything. I lose my hair, my save.
That's my problem.
Are you going to go back to save as, or what is that? Smart as? Are you going to play that game again?
I didn't actually play that one yet.
Unit 13? Are you going to go back to
Unit 13? Yes, and I haven't played it.
Awesome.
I haven't finished it.
That's unfair, because that was a good one, too.
Like, YS, I started it, but I don't have enough time for that.
That was the last game Zipper made.
Persona, I haven't beat it yet.
You're going to go back to Super Monkey Ball?
I haven't started that one yet.
I didn't know you had
eating up your memory.
No, it's not on my card. You're looking... if you want me to look at...
You told me to look at these games since you're installed.
Alright, Ragnarok. That's a big one. Soul Sacrifice. I just went back to that, but I've had it on there for months.
I want to say, Christina, so some of these games aren't on her actual system. I have every game that I own in card form on my system. I have a lot.
Yes, he does.
Just like Christina does.
Yes, he does.
But I also have a lot of download games as well.
Yes, we do.
So I have a 32 memory card, thanks to Christina.
But also thank you to PS Plus for giving us lots of free games, because that's my other problem.
There's also free games from PlayStation Plus.
I think.
So the main thing is now I'm at the limit. I had to delete something. So I played a game to delete it because I knew once I finished it I would never play it again.
I do think it's jacked that they kind of force your saves onto the initial... That you cannot separate the save and the installation. I agree.
The save is on the app. So once you delete the app...
It should have been on the card.
That's a missed
Once you delete the app...
Or
like, there's a game I love. Tales from Space.
Okay. I love that game. I beat it.
That's
you
one
beat
of the
it
games
too.
I finished. I have all the trophies for it. But I've been tempting to delete it to install other stuff. But once I delete it, I lose all my progress that I've got in the game.
I will say...
In a sense, I finished it, but I want to have a record of my progress. I'm a gamer.
But on what you just said, you can back up on your computer. I will say it because I did it once. You can... I know you're nodding. You can back that stuff up on your computer, like Lego Harry Potter. I bought it as a digital copy because it was super cheap before it was in stores. Dumb idea, whatever, doesn't matter. I love Harry Potter. I love Lego games. The save is on my computer. I can transfer back if I really wanted with that data. Why would I, for me personally, I already got rid of it.
That's the extra step is unnecessary.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or there's an...
save data should be saved on the system.
Okay, so I have a battery.
No, it's not. When you delete the app from the
system, you
delete everything. All saved data, everything.
Everything is
Brian.
trapped on the system. I have no way of transferring that.
You have to go on your computer or your PS3. I will say, though I have a battery issue. I've had mine since day one.
You have a battery issue with yours?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am. Every time I play a game, after about 15 to 20 minutes of play, it tells me low battery. I don't exit the app. I just, go to my main screen. The battery goes from being like 5%, like with the little red thing. Suddenly it goes to green again. I'm like, what's going on?
Did you overcharge your system?
No. I used to leave it on standby a lot, but I will tell you though, I did try a trick that I used. I lost a lot of apps. I lost Ragnarok. I'm huge. That's the only game I think on my Vita I put over 100 hours. I am this close to platinuming it. I have 6 cards left. Like I love
100 hours in that.
That's one of those RPGs I played with a bunch of friends. But just listen, my point of this conversation right now with you is when I had done this little trick where you restore the memory or whatever you do, it deleted apps. So like that Tales game. So if I go to re-download it,
Tales game?
Like your mutant.
Oh, Tales from Space, yes. Okay.
So that got deleted, but I downloaded the app again, it appeared, and my save data was still on there. So where is it really?
I think the great irony behind this whole app data thing
is
the last thing
is
that
we're
talking about
100 app
is
limit.
that I have not found 100 things worth downloading to fill my card. So the fact that you guys have found it,
that's your own problem.
that's your thing.
So what are you guys downloading?
Everything that I get from PS Plus, everything that was out in the store.
Here's
real quick.
Games.
Okay.
I think it's silly that I can't play my PS2 games. That's stupid.
So they had a big sale last week. It was 14 to 14 on PlayStation. So 14 games on PlayStation 3 and 14 games on PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
That were on sale. So I bought 4 of them on PlayStation Vita and 1 on PlayStation 3. So that's 4 new apps added to my system. Lone Survivor,
I think I bought
Stealth Inc.
Everything you bought. Thomas Was
Alone, and Velocity Ultra.
That's the only one I missed.
So I bought all 4 of those games. That's 4 more apps added to my system. So in order to get those 4 apps on my system, I had to delete some stuff. Now I have a lot of card games. But that's just me. I'm goofy. I'm a collector of video games.
But there's those cross-buy games. Like PlayStation All-Stars came with a downloadable code.
Great many
Sly Cooper came with a downloadable code.
Here's my... You want to talk about a game that is the greatest cross-buy game ever. It's called Spelunky.
Oh, no.
And it's my crack addiction. I bought this game a couple weeks ago. It was on sale during Christmas.
2D game. Did you ever play it on Xbox, by the way?
Yes, I played it on Xbox 362.
Now you've got it on the go. That's your problem.
I have it everywhere I want to be. And it's bad. It is really bad. But that's a game like I play almost every day now, which is ridiculous because I need to stop, but I can't stop. It's horrible.
Sounds like his Grand Theft Auto addiction and my Animal Crossing addiction.
I weaned off. I'm good.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me. I love that game.
You know, Spelunky is a great game because when I bought it, I got it both on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
Does it have cross-save?
I think it does, but I don't think it really matters in that game.
But for me, that does, because then I can just load up my game and I A, get everything, and B, I'm where I was on the go.
It's not that kind of game, though.
But that's the coolest feature that they're missing with some of these games. I agree. When I am on the go, and I'm playing,
I'm not sure, because I've never played it on PlayStation 3.
Okay, so, wait, sorry. I know you really love Spelunky and you want to talk about, but Killzone. Let's say both Killzones were the same game, and they were on my PS4 and my Vita. They're not, but let's just say they were, right? And I'm playing the Vita one on the go, right?
Okay.
I'm at work, I'm at school, wherever the hell I'm going, and I get home, and I'm like, shit, I got really far in the online one. I don't want to, or the one on my Vita, I don't want to play it all over again. You know, I want to upload it to the cloud and play it on my PS4.
They do that with a lot of games.
I know, but there's a lot of games that they're missing with. So that game, you love it. I hope, for your sake and mine, because I have it. It has cross-save.
I don't know, because I only play it on the Vita.
But that's something.
And when I'm at home, I play it on Xbox 360 because it has more achievements.
I get that, but they need to implement it with all of them, because there's so many games that's like, I'm playing the one on the PS3 and the Vita, or PS4, whatever system it is. I don't want to be playing it twice. Not if it's a really shitty game, I definitely don't want to be playing it twice. If it's a great game, great. But do I really want to put in 100 hours on both copies? Not really.
You don't even want to know how many hours I put in Splunk.
No, I don't. It might be a sick number.
Awful. I've got to Olmec once, and he crushed me. And I was so disappointed! It really made me angry.
That's Brian's noise.
Oh,
That's his big mess voice.
Yes.
I
But,
feel like I'm playing Xbox with you right now. Oh no, you died! Oh no.
But yeah, I really love it. That is a perfect example of greatness between PS3 and PS Vita, and hopefully that will transcend into PS4 and PS Vita. That's the reason. You know what? How many times I've turned on my PS4 recently? Not many times, honestly.
One. I did the updates.
It's letting you guys down.
I am kind of...
Honestly,
and you know,
yes. You know, the funny thing is that I have some great games to play for it.
Which is why, because apparently it's not great enough to make you turn it
the games I
No.
bought are on
It's
top
just-
of my TV, because personally I neglected it, but I'm also not home to play my Xbox One, so they're both kind of being like,
But
it's
when
like
you have
a
the
waste.
time,
Yes.
you choose.
I'm a goofy
I
gamer.
choose my Vita. I am always on my handhelds because you know what? Someone else is watching effing TV in my house. I need something to do. I can't, you know.
Which the Vita has this TV streaming thing that's only in fucking Japan.
That's really
And
awesome.
will it be for America? Will it be? Probably not.
Thank you,
I'm
Japan.
not really interested in that, actually.
I kind of am.
I thought it looked cool.
I still own a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, so if I want to play PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 games,
But that speaks,
just connect.
again, that there's a lot of
They're
wonderful
not going to be.
ideas.
They're not going to
Whether
be in
you want to
HD.
use them or not, these are options that are available for the system. But these are
Japan
not options
wins
that we're
yet
getting.
again.
Japan doesn't win.
Yeah.
Japan doesn't win if you know what you're doing. Just like this Dreamcast on the table. You know what I mean?
Speak ill of the
No one can see that. Now everyone knows. Now everyone knows there's a Dreamcast.
There's a Power Stone system right here on the
Now
table.
I have to
There's
take a
house
photo
with
of
that
it and
system right
post
on the
it so
table.
everyone
Oh
knows.
man, I
There's
miss
a-
the Dreamcast.
Angel got his first
Cannon
Dreamcast.
Spike.
Is it your first one,
Cannon
right?
Spike.
It's my only Dreamcast.
Sorry.
First one. You're fine.
It is.
I have two Dreamcasts.
That's why I had
I have
to
a
bring
white
it here.
one and
I
a
felt
black
it'd
one.
be good luck if I
Are
brought
you going to
it
leave your
and-
hand there?
Yes, I'll leave it.
Leave the hand.
There we go.
Cute. It's really cute.
I love the Dreamcast. Like I said, I love Sega. I've always been a Sega fan. So.
Sega!
Oh, dude, I wish I had my 3DS so we could do Get Ready. You know what that is, right?
No, what is that?
Angel, do you know?
Tell him.
No.
Tell him.
Space Harrier.
I have to.
The Space Harrier on 3DS is awesome. It is so good. The 3D games that Sega is releasing on the 3DS are freaking awesome.
All right.
On the Vita.
Alright. Well, you know what?
3DS,
Let's
not
get
on
away.
Vita,
Wait,
no, no,
I
just
love
3DS.
both of you because I play handhelds, but let's
Okay.
stray away from the handhelds for a second. Alright, so moving on. So what do you guys think about the MMORPGs kind of porting to consoles in a way?
I don't mind it so much.
I don't really want to get into them.
Why not?
Because I don't want to pay a subscription fee to play MMO games.
Do you think
Period.
do you think that they're playable on a console? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they will be, but
I feel like it's just missing
I
that
already paid-
aspect of it.
I already pay a subscription fee to play on consoles, so I don't want to pay another fee to play this specific game.
Mm-hmm.
If there's going to be an added fee, I'm not into it. And I've never really been
Angel?
into MMOs in
Yeah.
general. It's not my
I
thing.
felt exactly that way along almost every single line. And then I started to play City of Heroes, and I loved City of Heroes.
So hypothetically speaking, City of Heroes is still around. This
Right.
is a hypothetical question.
Right.
Okay.
And it moves to console,
Mm.
Angel. It's on Xbox 360.
Is it?
Ooh, that's like a double bitch because then I have to pay for Xbox Live,
Uh-huh.
and I have to pay for the
That's
which
why I'm-
is already a racket. In my
Okay,
opinion.
so listen, just wait, just
Okay.
listen.
Is that the key,
Hypothetically,
though?
let
Do
me
you have to pay for
Yes.
okay, hold on.
Okay.
So you have an Xbox 360 already. You have one, okay, Angel?
Mhm.
And City of Heroes is coming out.
Mhm.
So,
You have an Xbox 360?
Yeah. Yes,
because okay, so
Okay.
let's say, all right, so kind of straight away from that.
multiple ones.
Like the
I've only had-
PS3,
yeah.
the PS3 has the GC Online on it, right? And that used to be pay as you go as well, like a monthly fee.
Mm.
Now, do you think that City of Heroes at this point would be free, but you just had to get the copy? In general, you had to go spend $60 on your Xbox 360.
So I could play City Heroes.
It's free though to play.
Subscription free.
Yeah.
But I just had to pay for
You have
this.
to pay
Mhm.
for the online, though.
Not
You have to
anymore.
pay for
No, it's
membership.
free. At this point, it would be free.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like DC Online on
Hell
the PS3.
yeah.
That's free right now. That's an MMO that was moved to the console. It's free.
Which I'm also salty, which is a whole new reason why I'm salty on MMOs.
Yeah.
That and fucking Old Republic.
Okay, so did you play DC Online on your PS3?
Yes, both when it was subscription and when it was without.
Okay, so give me your opinion on both when it was a subscription and without.
I liked it when it was subscription.
Did you? Now why?
Yeah. Because you got more content for it, straight up. When you had the subscription. Without it, you have a lot more paywalls that you have to go through. And yes, most games are very alluring that have that free-to-play mentality.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to really get where you need to go without... Exactly.
I hate freemium.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That happens. I mean, I don't play anything on Steam. I was trying one, but then I realized that even if I get it for free, I'm not going to have all the cool content that I want.
And it's a fucked up model because when you keep having all these MMOs go from paywall to without, we've pretty much... I know I've been conditioned that I will never buy another MMO. The last one I bought was Old Republic.
Okay.
And I enjoyed Old Republic.
Okay.
Because I really like...
Star Wars.
The previous ones.
Okay.
And you like Star Wars?
From most... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah.
He just wants you to say that.
He wants me to know on the record. Yes, I do. I also like Star Trek.
The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, go ahead.
But from a lot of the development notes that I read, the developers intended for Old Republic to be all the sequels, just continual, which I think is bullshit and it's terrible.
So what happened? What went wrong with that?
Which is funny to say because they had a really strong start.
Yes, it did. I know that for a fact.
I think MMOs, just by nature, a lot of people kind of expect them now to go free to play, and that's just kind of what's happened. The only thing that's the exception is WoW, because it has such a very devoted following.
Which kind of hurts me today, but normally I'd be okay with it. I played WoW. I did, and I was addicted, and Brian didn't hear from me for a while.
But I think in this instance that WoW is just simply the anomaly. It's not the standard. It's just it's on its own.
It's one of those MMOs that succeeded in a really weird way, and it no other MMOs like
Which
it.
is funny.
And they
hate it. I absolutely hate
That's fine.
WoW.
I liked it because it was like a little cartoon game that I was playing, and I couldn't stop playing. And I had friends that were playing, and I worked with those friends, and I met new people, and it was great.
And that's the instance
it's
where
like
an
Xbox
MMO
Live.
actually succeeds because you had your whole social life tied into it. Your friends actually bought into it. You start to meet people through it.
And that's the cool part about it.
That's when they work.
But if you don't have that, then you can't play. Exactly. So what do you think, though, if they were on the console? Do you think they would work? You would literally have to convince 10 friends to go buy it.
Here's the problem, though, and this is where I had with Xbox Live. The only example I can give is right now that's within my mind is Netflix. It's stupid to me that you need Xbox Live to watch Netflix.
That you're already paying
So that's now 2 levels of paywalls you have to go through. And if they have to go through that with MMOs on consoles, that's grossly unnecessary.
Yeah. I agree with that.
That's just stupid.
And now Sony kind of makes you
and
get
now
the
you
PS
have a
Plus.
new paywall.
Yes.
PS Plus, which is a long time coming, I guess.
I think it's fundamentally important, though, because the Xbox Live system, though, is fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
And the fact that now you need to pay to play on your PlayStation 4 is a good thing. I'm hoping that it develops into something good because the thing with Xbox Live is that even though you're paying for the service, you're not paying a lot. I mean, $60 for a year. I never pay $60 for a year, but $60 for a year is not a lot. Honestly, if you think about it, for a year full of your subscription, and now you're paying that for PlayStation Plus, and the PlayStation Plus service actually is trumped a little bit of the Xbox Live with their free instant game collection, which is kind of cool.
Paywalls are putting me off.
And those are cool.
I don't mind paywalls.
The thing about the MMOs, I'm going back to that because that's what we're talking about, is I think they're cool because they're trying to get the console gamers into them, but they're missing so many aspects when you do that, and it makes it so much harder to play on the console. Because I've played
Why is it harder to play on the console?
There's just certain aspects that are just make it harder. I mean, like you press keys on your keyboard and it works out, but
like
you have to like go to like a weird but you have to go to a weird menu in my. Okay, so it's not an MMO, but for me, that I'm thinking is Diablo. I played the shit out of that on my PC, and it was great. And I got other people who knew it. And we played it together, and it was awesome. I played it on Xbox. Wait, I know it's not an MMO, but my point is, it's a PC to console game.
I thought they did a great job with the conversion.
They did, but there's still some things that were easier on PC because of the macro system. I could press number 3 and something crazy happens.
I think there will always be some things that are simpler on PC because you can program those macros.
That's why I don't think MMOs should be on consoles, though. Because it's so much harder
to try
to
should
play.
be because it's the perfect platform for them. Because most people just do sit down and play, and they play with their friends on the console.
Witcher is a PC game that should never came to console. I just did not think it was good on Xbox.
What I played of it, I enjoyed. But I didn't play that much of it. I only played it. I thought the controls were really good. When I finally figured out how to play it, it worked really well. Mm-hmm. It's just, I got to a point where I had too much shit in my inventory, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was too heavy to walk and stuff.
Sounds like
it was kind of goofy, and it was just like, okay, and then I kind of stopped playing it, and I never played it again.
That happened to me in
But I did enjoy what I played of it. I liked the
Sounds
system.
Like you need to stop hoarding.
Hoarder.
Yeah, I like the system. I it's a thing. And, I don't consider Witcher to be an MMO or anything like that. It's an RPG. That's a different story. MMOs are completely different. I mean, I have a cousin that is dedicated to MMOs. He plays Conan, Age of Conan constantly. He shows me it every time I see him. It's one of those things when you get into it, you're into it. With me personally, with games, I want to play a game and I want to finish it and then I want to move on to something else. I don't want to play a game that just never ends. That's why I don't like MMOs.
I mean, if you follow the story, there is an ending, but there's so much content you can do with. That's the point. There is really no ending, but there kind of is if you pay more attention to the story.
I genuinely believe there'll be an audience console MMOs. They
I'm sure
have not figured out how.
They're trying though
to reconcile how MMOs. I genuinely just believe they find a better home on PCs because there's just much more.
Yeah. It's just it's a certain crowd for that
with keyboards and mice, but that's part of the problem is that MMOs have pretty much found that home on PCs, and they have not yet found a way to nicely package it onto consoles. Once someone does, that's going to be
it's a similar thing to.
They tried with Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star on Xbox.
Well,
they
what
did
a mess.
Yes,
it's
but they
similar
tried
to
old Xbox and 360.
RTS is on a console. RTSs usually don't work really well on a console.
They're so bad on
But there are some that have worked.
No. Which one?
Cool.
Can you name it? Nope.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I did not like it.
I
loved it.
I have it. I do not think it was
I also
good
liked Command & Conquer Red Alert for Xbox 360.
No.
I
Lord of the Rings was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
I know,
hard.
But those kind of games they try, but it's like, like for me personally, Civilization. Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Oh, yeah, that should fit. Civ?
Oh, yeah, Civ.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard Civ fits very well. It's getting everything on the controller, and there's only a certain amount of buttons on a controller. Which,
I mean, you could probably hook up a keyboard if they made that kind of connection.
They've
They've
done it in the past. I mean, the Dreamcast that's sitting on our table here had a keyboard for Phantasy Star Online back in the day.
This baby right here was the very first console to actually try to do internet. The problem was
there was no problem.
There was a lot of problems.
No, there was.
I always heard that Phantasy Star Online worked very well.
It's cool, and I played that on the original Xbox. And
it still survives on the fringe.
I believe if you turn around, it's there on the Xbox, but you just can't play it because they don't have that function for the first one.
I'm sure you can play it if you do some stuff, but
it's not really worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't pay for it. It was free at that point.
Well, you have no investment in it, so of course you don't give a shit.
It was at the end because the 360 one was coming out. That's why.
I just remember I got Phantasy Star Online for free because someone traded it and it wasn't worth anything, and they just gave it to me.
I think I have for like $10. Anyway, so, all right. Interesting topic on eBay. Nintendo World Championship. So I don't know if I didn't even know about this, to be honest, as hardcore of a gamer
I've known
I am.
about this.
I didn't.
Yes.
There are legitimately only 90 copies to date because those 90 people made it to the semifinalist of some kind of crazy gaming competition.
Long
and there is one on sale right now.
Yeah.
Mid-80s, yes.
When we looked about an hour ago, it was like $99.
The movie The Wizard with Fred Savage is based on this
99
this game.
99. $100K for that. Are you serious? And
No,
by the way,
of course
the
not.
label's ripped off and someone wrote the words Mario on it.
So the thing with that though is that there have been games that are mint that have sold for probably $400,000 to $500,000.
I know, but that's so shitty.
It's a crazy little thing.
So then, by this logic, you must have like an aneurysm when you go to Comic-Con.
I'm having an aneurysm because my game shelf fell with my World of Warcraft collector's editions today, and they all...
She's had an
3 of them
aneurysm
got
the first
damaged.
time I took her to Comic-Con. It was ridiculous, and she did not like how much fun I was having.
I mean,
He was drunk because he had been to like so many, and I was like, "Oh my god, look at this cool stuff!" And he was like, "I haven't been drinking. I might go have a cigarette." You know,
my thing was,
and I'm just like wanting to go to every single booth, and
it was the first comic show I ever
day
went to that they actually served the alcohol, and I was just
and it was
my
glorious.
God.
And I only had
glorious.
that 1 day pass, so I didn't have a weekend pass, so I had to get everything in a few hours. And this man's like, I'm gonna have beer. Are you gonna come with? And like I was like, no,
Everyone was getting at me, but it's okay. I understood,
and I get it
thing.
now, but it was at the time you had to realize it was my first experience. But anyways, besides the point. So what were you saying about the Nintendo?
Well, that game is very limited.
Yeah.
They have sold for a lot of money.
I know. I just don't understand who would want to own this for like $99,000. Like, what kind of
It really
rich
does
man
have the label ripped off, and someone really just
I know, I
Mario
posted on our weekly
a
blurb.
ballpoint pen.
Blurb. I don't understand though. Is it like some rich man who just wants to get this one game and then put it in a game case because he owns nothing else and he has money to blow? Like, that's a lot of money.
It's one of those it's one of the rarest
You have to be
things.
a hacker to have that money. I don't understand.
It's one of the rarest things
So
for
you
gaming
can
in the
make
world.
chips.
There's not many of them available.
Jesus.
You had to be part of that special event to get one of these things.
Just think if
and
that...
they don't come up for auction very often. It's very
I'm a very...
rare that they come up for auction.
I'm a very OCD kind of person, and if someone ripped off my label, I just don't see the point in buying something for $99,000. I don't think it's worth that much with it not being minuscule.
When it comes to collection, it's a lot like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. This is something
it's something you can't get, but someone can afford it. If that person can afford it, this one is $99,000. But a mid-condition one,
this
look
person
out.
that's
You know
buying
what I'm
this
saying?
should come and help me support my collections that got ruined
that
today.
apparently is sealed and is selling for significantly
That's
less.
a different
because
version,
of the second copy. I looked at that. That's not the first.
The one.
Those are
you're
revised
showing-
edition.
The one you're showing there is basically after the event happened.
So people could buy it. Those are
they had
copies you
limited
could
edition
purchase.
ones that you could get through a magazine.
What's saying this? 90 were given to competition finalists. 26 were given to Nintendo Power Contest.
And that's the 26?
It's the Nintendo Power, possibly one. It's not worth as much.
No.
The ones that are worth as much were in the actual
first
contest.
edition. Kind of
That's
like
the ones.
first editions of Fatal Frames. The SKUs are changed on the second. Stuff like that.
It's it's one of those odd things. It's got the
All
chip
right.
in there for all that stuff.
I don't have 99K, so okay.
But if you
I
did,
don't
alright.
I
So
wouldn't
you're
buy
a
that.
huge Halo fan. Let's say at the apex of your Halo
I
mania,
wouldn't buy that.
and you had the money.
If Halo, it was ripped off and someone wrote the words Master Chief on it, no, because I have a crazy OCD obsession.
Honestly,
And the fact it looks like
I
someone
would
scratched
pay
it
my
off.
mortgage off if I had $99K.
I
Which
would.
is a responsible thing to do,
Yeah.
of course.
I have other things. I have adult shit to pay.
Yeah, I'm a game collector. I love games.
I don't imagine this being
No,
an actual
I
bid.
just really don't think it's worth it.
Oh,
So,
it's a bid.
It's a bid,
Someone's
yeah.
getting screwed. Someone either is buying that or getting screwed. That's one of the main things. Those people that bid on that thing are going to get screwed.
This is
They're not
actually
paying
a
for it.
steady bid because this has been going up for a while.
all right. So,
The same
Like I said,
people.
those things rarely go up.
So here's some shadiness. It's the same people making the same bids.
well, no, you know what it
Pretty
is? That happens to me too when I do eBay stuff. Let's say I buy something, like my Zelda, that thing right there, the
This
Wii
is
U one.
controlling material
No, but
right
you
now.
see that one, Angel? That Wii U Zelda game.
Yeah, your
Like,
Skyward
I could-
Sword.
No, the other one. The
Which
Wii
one?
U one, not the Wii one.
Wii Sports Resort?
The Gandalf.
No, the Zelda Gandalf. That was hard to find.
It's not Gandalf, it's Ganon. Sorry.
But I forgot to reserve it. So my point is, though, I can say my max bid is 90, and no matter how many times, like 10 people can bid on it, it's going to come up with my name 10 times. That's what that is. That's not...
This looks like people are up bidding for dumbass reasons.
But they probably put in, I want to bid...
People are dumbasses.
Which is true.
It's the internet, man.
People will buy stuff.
All right,
shit.
I'm done with that, because I'm annoyed, and I don't have 99K. Oli, how do you say that?
It's Ali Ali.
Oh,
Yeah, you played that. No one else did. What do you say?
So
is it worth $10?
You know that.
Be honest. Don't lie to me.
That was my
I
dilemma.
could go to Wendy's and get a value meal. Is this worth it?
It's better than a value meal at Wendy's. I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry if I can't eat. I'm gonna get cranky. So what about $10 for a video game?
You know,
it's skateboarding. It's a little 2D.
Cool. It's actually cool. Ali Ali was just released for the PlayStation Play. Four games for the PlayStation Vita. You get a big. If you buy all the games, you get $10 back. I think. I was always going to get Dust Force, so the whole thing was: do I want to buy another game through the promotion to play? And after I saw some stuff about Ali Ali, I decided to buy it. And it's a cool game. But it's one of those games like Spelunky, in a sense, where it's you really have to master the game to enjoy it. It's difficult to play. It's easy. Actually, it's simple to play, but hard to master. And the mastering of the game is the key. But it's basically, you skate from one end of the level to the end, and you have to perform tricks, and during the performance of your tricks, you have to do perfects on the endings. Everything's done with the left stick. It's very simple. You flick the stick in different directions.
I could never buy that game.
And then you have to land the tricks, and the main thing for landing the tricks is you have to either, when you're going to grind, you have to hit the stick right before you hit the grind or right before you land, and you get it perfect. And it's a high score kind of game, which is cool, and the soundtrack is really well done.
Well, how many times did you hit the pavement?
Oh, I hit the pavement plenty of times. I tried to do, they have a cool feature which is called the Daily Grind, which is basically...
like a daily kind of...
It's a daily thing, kind of like Spelunky is, which is a daily challenge. So the object of the daily grind is to get the highest score to get on top of the leaderboards.
Wait, back to Spelunky. Now, do you think Spelunky is worth the $10, or do you think Ali Ali is?
Yeah, I think
Be
they
honest.
both are.
No. Come on, you got to pick one. If you got to pick one, pick one.
I think they both are. No, I can't pick one.
I
think they both are.
You got to pick one. I
can't pick one.
I think it's Spelunky, and you just don't want to say it.
Oh yeah.
I love Spelunky. It's my crack addiction. I've only played Ali Ali twice so far.
If I was Sony and I was supplying your drugs, I would be so rich right now. I'm not gonna lie, that's my first thought.
But there's nothing wrong with Ali Ali. It's
I'd
cool.
be rich if I was making Grand Theft Auto because Anjel would be giving me all this money.
Hell no.
Yeah, you would. I'd be laundering money.
The cool thing about Ali Ali, it's an exclusive title just for the Vita. It's only coming out on the Vita right now.
I feel like that's going to be one of those free PS Plus games. That's why I haven't bought it yet. I feel it.
That's the thing with people. I see a lot on the message boards. It's like, I'm not going to pay the $10.
That's another problem.
It's because maybe eventually it will be free on PS
Not
Plus.
to go backwards for a subject, but that's another problem. Is because I understand your PS Plus method, but there's those games like Ali Ali. Yes, it should probably get the support, but you're thinking, fuck that. That looks like I can get it for free in 6 months. That's the problem.
The thing, though, is they have the promotion. And like I said, I was going to buy Dust Force.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring, if I'm going to buy this, maybe there's one other game in the promotion I want to buy. And that was the game. And
so it's worth the $10.
If you're a PS Plus member, yes. Because you get a discount.
Yeah. All right.
It's fun. The soundtrack is kick-ass.
Yeah.
All the sound in the game is
the
kick-ass.
gameplay is nice. The controllers.
The gameplay is very smooth, and it's really well done. And it looks cool. It's an old-school, retro skateboarding game. It reminds me of Skate or Die, or one of those old-school games.
I have that. That's good.
Yeah.
Anjel played some Metal Gear Solid and the Dragon Ball Z demo for Vita, so we're going to let him talk about that a little bit.
I'll be real quick on the Dragon Ball thing because I think the fans out there who like Dragon Ball will probably buy it anyway.
Does it look nice?
Because they've been buying the last couple games and they're all garbage
Angel let
as
me
shit.
play it, and it actually looks really.
The
I was
new one,
surprised
yeah.
how good it looks on the Vita.
Battle of Zia is pretty cool. It's going to be hopefully involving every character so far, including the new characters in the Battle of the Gods movie. And it is a major departure from the old Dragon Balls, because the old Dragon Balls were all like fighting games, and it was pretty straightforward. This one, how did you put it before? It was
Dynasty Warriors meets Dragon Ball Z.
I think that's the best way to put it, because it's free.
From what I played from a little bit that you let me play today, that's what I felt like it was.
You can move about the map any way you want, and then
there was on the radar enemies appeared on the map, and you go to the enemies and you attack them.
It's not quite like there's going to be a lot of enemies, but there's going to be enemies you can focus on. Like there's going to be an overpowered enemy. So for fans that know like Vegeta, you all hone in on him, and he would be super powerful. And the nice part of this game is that it's multiplayer, so that you can play co-op.
Okay.
And not only co-op, but you can also fight each other in this battle royale, and you can gang up on each other. I think the multiplayer is a little fucked up.
I saw that you can have a team though.
Yeah.
What's the team aspect of it?
You're on the field with 4 players.
Okay.
It may not happen all the time.
Can you control the 4 players, or is that a co-op thing?
It's a co-op thing. You're going to control your character, and then you could have up to 3 other players join you.
Okay.
And then that's where there's this gang up mentality where if all the players are attacking the same enemy, there are bonuses to attacking that person.
Okay.
So there's extra damage and things like that. I think it's a fun game to watch out for. Is it going to be a must-have? If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you'll probably buy it anyway, because you guys have been buying stupid shit for years. But it's true. Metal Gear is what I've been really keeping my eye out on. I've been playing the Legacy Collection, and I was able to put the Metal Gear Solid on the PS Vita, and I'm surprised that a lot of people find that surprising, because you can't download it. You have to put it through the PS3 and then transfer it over.
There's a lot of games that you have to
I think it's stupid as hell, because you can download VR missions, which is essentially the same engine, same everything.
Yeah.
I'm specifically excited for Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know if anyone else in this room is excited for it.
I pre-ordered Ground Zeroes thanks to Christina.
Well,
what did I do?
You gave me a gift card and I used it towards Ground Zeroes.
Oh, cool.
What I find kind of weird is that Metal Gear 5 is going to be split between 2 titles, which is Ground Zero, which is coming out, what did I say, in March? March 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And then an unspecified date right now is the rest of it, which is the Phantom Pain. Right. And that's...
I'm kind of excited for the whole open world idea of Metal Gear.
Which is going to be cool.
Because the last Metal Gear, as I mentioned to you earlier, I played with Guns of the Patriots, and I felt really disappointed because I never finished it. And the reason I never finished it is because I played 3 to 4 hours of it, and I really only felt like I played a half an hour of the actual game.
Well, the fun part behind 5 is that they're taking a more episodic mentality to it. Which the smaller things all build up into one big mission. And one of the things that I read that's very exciting is that there's going to be a lot of player-created content that you can make, which will make use of the open world that you'll be able to traverse in Phantom Pain.
But I hope that does well, because I know, like, other Metal Gears my friends play online, but it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, the last online game I hated the fuck out of.
Well, that's you.
Never liked
it's not
any
every
of
of them. Like, Brian didn't like it. I remember watching him, like, oh, this is boring as shit. Like,
I never liked any of them. Honestly.
I like the game.
I like the game and the stories.
The single player, not so much the online. The online I wasn't much.
Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater are fantastic games. Yeah. So I love those games.
I like it from a story point, because this is the point where the big boss, the character you've been playing as since Metal Gear 3, is finally hitting that turning point. And this is when he's becoming the villain to Solid Snake, who is the hero of everything else.
Yes.
So that I'm super interested to see.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's not much else about it right now, because there's always that air of mystery.
Well, it's you know, I'm excited for the Ground Zeroes version, because it's going to give you a little input to what they're doing in the full game, which I think is kind of cool.
I can see in that instance why they would have it as a separate release, but I
Well,
would
you
just
know, it
rather
was
the whole damn
the
thing.
whole thing with that though was supposed to be a digital download. I'm glad that they actually decided to put it on disc
and multi-platform. It's going to be on PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360.
Yeah, I'm getting it for PS4.
Phantom Pain, we do not know yet.
I'm sure it's going to be on everything. It's going to be next gen. I know that.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time.
So, some upcoming new releases. Tomb Raider, that's out right now if you go to GameStop.
The Definite Edition.
Definitive.
Okay, sure. Whatever. The
That
Alcohol
sounds,
Edition.
yeah. I mean, I'm buying it.
I'm not.
I am.
You know why? Because it's $60.
But I need something to play.
I have plenty of stuff to play.
My newer consoles have no love. They're like trying out and dying. Like it's something. I love Tomb Raider. And there's these, there's this whole controversy between the frames per second, the Xbox One and the PS4. So I'll try one out, and you know what?
There's going to be controversy for a little while.
But if I get that review copy, I'll play both. I'll ask for the one, and then I'll get the other copy, and then I'll be like, oh yes, there is a difference, and I'll be able to test that theory out.
As a gamer, can you tell the difference between 30?
I don't know, but I will find out when I try it out.
I don't know. Usually means no.
I have never actually sat there and tried to look at it. I've never bought...
Just like the whole thing with the 720 or 900.
But I've never bought two games that have two different kind of frames per second. Or I've never sat there and been like, oh, look at that, it's brighter.
I know games that have bad frame rate. I've played games.
I know you have. Star Trek.
Oh, God, yes.
That's not fair. That's a licensed game. I think that's kind of expected.
Terrible game, but...
No, there's been others. There's been lots of times.
I don't know. This game looks different, though, too. Didn't you notice she looks different?
She looks great, actually.
I know.
She does.
I wish she was real.
It's crazy.
Can we make her look real person?
Bet you do.
She's not real.
Probably
I should grow out my hair and be her.
You could.
I could. Anyways, okay, that's really weird. So... You played Dragon Ball Z demo. That's coming out also this coming week. And the Fable Anniversary Edition, that's supposed to be coming out the 4th of February.
Will be coming out.
I'm psyched for Dust Force. That's coming out on Vita on 2/4.
Clearly.
February 4th. It's going to be like Meat Boy Ninja Janitor, which I think is going to be awesome.
You love that game.
I was big into Super Meat Boy. Even though I never finished it, I got stuck at the very end of the game because that game is hard. And just like Spelunky.
I'm going to be streaming that game this week, so thank you.
The one game that I'm on the fence about that, I know both of you have been trying, which is Bravely Default.
Oh!
Yeah, that's next. That's the 7th it's coming out.
I'm into it so far. It took me a little while to get into it. The thing I'm not cool with the demo that I've been playing is that I don't have anyone in my town to build stuff. So, basically...
He did something we shouldn't have.
Because I don't know much about this game.
Okay, so it's an RPG game with jobs. So, you can assign jobs to your characters, and you can level up your jobs.
Sounds good.
In the demo...
You'll buy it, because you love that shit.
In the demo...
You love being in pain.
In the demo, you can max your jobs out to level 4, and all the characters can max out to level 20.
Yep.
But one of the things, though, in the game is that there's a separate little entity of building that you can do in the game where you can hire people through friends lists and stuff. This is going to be in the full game. You can get street passes and people in your friends list to help you build your environments.
Which they have forums for that, so you can be on Excel spreadsheet so you can friend 100 people.
But it's not in the demo. Okay, so in the demo, I missed the opportunity to glitch it and talk to this one guy a bunch of times to get my town up. And I basically stopped playing because it's going to take me hours to build this one town so I can get to the next town and get the weapon shop.
So it's going to be a buyer pass for you.
Oh, it's going to be a buy. I already pre-ordered it. It's a whole different story. It's just the demo thing that's kind of ticking me off. It's because you can transfer all the stuff from the demo into the full game when it comes out. The demo is a separate entity from the game. Everything in the demo,
it's not even
it's
like
not
the
going to be in the full
different.
game.
Yeah.
It's all separate, which is cool. But the whole thing is that I need to build up my town in order to finish the last dungeon. because I need the other weapons. Because when I go into the dungeon, I get my ass kicked constantly.
Christina, buy our pass.
Oh, no, I think you should buy it. It's just really complicated. And for you personally, I think that you're going to wait. Yeah, because I know you.
Well,
you're going to wait.
It's really great.
No, Brian, he's going to wait. Because if he buys it right away, he's automatically going to just want to rip himself apart.
Why?
Because you hate games like that. But you're going to buy it anyways because you like it.
RPGs?
You like...
It's really good. It's going to be good.
Okay, but for me and you, yes. But for Anjel, you already know Anjel likes to buy games that annoy him. This is one of those games for him.
I don't like to buy games that annoy me.
See, the whole thing with that game is, I understand that people say that they annoyed him. Right. The game only annoyed me for a certain amount of time. Like when I first started it,
it's you. But I
had everybody in the same job.
He's the 5% minority that shouldn't buy it. I went into the wrong
dungeon and I got killed instantly.
That happened to me too. But that's different. This is Anjel who can't play Devil Summoner on his 3DS or whatever it is that you have.
Oh, Shin Megami 4? That's different. That's not fair. That game's fucked up to begin with.
Okay.
Well, this game is...
You should buy it, too, but you'll hate yourself. I know you, but you should probably buy it anyways.
I may.
Okay, so moving on. Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy is coming out also February 11th. I haven't played the demo. I don't think anyone in this room has, although we should probably try it. Castlevania, Lords of Shadows 2.
Castlevania I'm excited for, definitely.
Everyone in this room should be, I think, February 25th.
Yes.
We've mentioned most of these, but Dark Souls 2... March 11th.
I don't know why I pre-ordered it. I really don't
know. You hate yourself? That's a game you hate yourself. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2.
Together.
Awesome.
I'm interested
totally
in that
get that. I never beat it. I have it.
I beat 10.
It's behind you, but I haven't beat it.
I beat 10. I loved it.
Excited.
I never beat X2.
I'm curious to see.
There is a 100 app limit, as I mentioned before.
Oh, God. All right. Anyways, and we just talked about Metal Gear Solid. That's coming out also in March. And then the last one, which I've been waiting for, and they keep pushing it back. And if they push it back one more time, I don't know why I have a PS4. Infamous Second Son.
It's before my birthday.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Maybe I'll get a PS4.
They'll probably push it back.
No, I don't think they'll push it back. It's coming out. It's there's one game that's on the list we talked about on the last podcast, but I just want to mention Titanfall once more.
Yeah, we know you want that game.
Infamous is the one game that I'm keeping my eye on. Okay. It might get me a PS4, so we'll see.
That's good. That's good.
We'll see.
Titanfall is what it's all
a lot
about.
Of good games coming out. They're just not out yet. So
March is Titanfall. I have Infamous and Metal Gear on order.
We know you do.
March is Ground Zeroes.
We have some time. We have some time for backlog. So
I have a backlog.
I have devoted January, and I would like to rename January Retro January.
Backlog January.
Backlog January. Yeah.
Retro backlog.
January.
That's why me and Brian both played Machinarium on our Vitas to delete the app for our demos.
I would just like to talk about Spelunky again.
Oh, God.
In case Spelunky is one of those games you bought on Steam, now it's time to play it.
Angel
in case it's one of those games that I bought late. It came out a long time ago, but,
Angel
I will beat that
game. Talk
game.
about Grand Theft Auto some more?
No, I don't.
Maybe I want to talk about Tomb Raider.
I want to talk about... Before we end, can we talk about the
Whoa.
The thing that did happen with the Theft is if you got any ill-conceived money that was gotten from people that were doing shenanigans. Don't be surprised if that shit's gone by now. Yeah. You should have bought a tank earlier, and if you didn't, you fucked up. So that's your fault.
Can we really quick end on dog tag?
What?
Dog tag.
I do believe dogs are the future in games.
Yes, I know. We were talking about this earlier.
Brian played Call of Duty.
So I finally played Call of Duty Ghosts. It's been a long time coming for Xbox One. I don't know, because I wanted something new to play to talk about. So
why wouldn't you buy anything else in the world? Why did you buy Call of Duty? Why?
Because I like Infinity Ward's versions of Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true. I like.
I hate Treyarch's versions.
Treyarch.
Yeah, Treyarch, whatever. Treyarch. So I've been playing Call of Duty, and I like sicking Riley on enemies and just watching the dog just.
Are there dogs in Battlefield?
No.
Dog tech, man. It's dog tech.
Battlefield.
Dogs of the future.
Battlefield are weird.
You know why I don't play Battlefield? Because it's glitched.
Awesome. No, it's not.
Yes.
Battlefield.
How many times did you lost your save?
Okay, that's a different story. Battlefield 4, not Battlefield 3.
Oh, damn.
No, but Call of Duty's got small little children. I'm playing multiplayer.
I'm talking about Ghosts, and
Are
I'm
you
talking
single
about Dog
player?
Tech. I'm
Single
just playing
player.
the campaign
Who
right now.
plays Call of Duty for single player?
Me.
That's what
Really?
I'm talking about.
That's
Angel, that's why I
Really?
just segued out of that.
Oh.
Battlefield is the superior game over multiplayer, over Call of Duty currently. Now, single player, they're both still good.
I like playing campaigns. I like the Infinity Ward
But
versions of the
Can you
campaigns.
fly
Modern Warfare.
Can you fly a plane in Call of Duty?
I can't fly a plane, period.
Dog.
In any
Can
game.
you
In Battlefield.
sail a...
Dog Tech.
What are those ships
Dog tech.
that are
Dog
in the
tech,
ocean
yes.
that you
Angel's
shoot
with me
at
now.
stuff?
Dog
Wait.
Tech.
I'm only in it because there's dogs.
Okay. But
So Riley is this cool
Battlefield.
dog
Yeah.
What are those...
in Call of Duty.
Submarine, right? Or no, what are the boats that have the guns on them? They have them.
I don't know. I'm making you guys on. I haven't
Shit.
played
I
either
hate
one.
you.
I'm totally down.
You're a
I'm
son
just-
of a bitch.
I didn't expect to be totally down with Dog Tech, but
As you're losing.
I thought it was ridiculous when they
Stupid.
first introduced it.
Stupid.
It's awesome!
I will buy you Battlefield. Stop
I
it.
have Battlefield.
Okay, play with me.
Okay, ask me. Anyway,
I just did.
Dog Tech. Dog Tech.
No one
Dog
wants
Tech.
that game. It should be.
Everyone
$20.
plays it.
No, because it's for little children.
Because they have dogs.
You know why?
It's
Let me tell
Dog
you,
Tech,
this is
man.
a bad topic to get me on. I played both, and you know I played the shit out of Call of Duty. Because remember, I prestiged 3 times in one of them. I did not move out of my couch.
I've never prestige.
I
ever
got it out of
Call
a
Duty.
break. I had gotten out of a
And I
breakup,
played
and
a lot
I
of
sat.
them.
I vegetated. I looked like a potato on my couch, and there were roots. That is where I'm going with this. Battlefield,
That's a problem you have.
and it was
Yeah, it's like
was
the
past
first
tense.
Yeah.
I'm admitting
I
to
play
my
the
problem.
campaigns of
And you were
Call of
someone who
Duty.
played WoW, so I'm amazed that they didn't also come up in WoW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Battlefield is an actual game where you're in squads. You have to be in your group. You have to communicate. You have to participate. Call of
Dog
Duty,
Tech.
you can run and gun it. That's like a Halo to me.
Because you have an awesome dog that takes care of
Dog
everything.
Tech.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just telling you, man. I didn't expect the
Halo.
dog to be so
It's a
awesome in
Halo
Call of Duty
game.
Does
Ghosts.
Halo have dogs?
It has a Cortana and some
It's Dog
shit
Tech.
and
No,
blood.
it's Dog Tech. It's all about Dog
Whatever
Tech.
the fuck was in Halo, I don't care
You
anymore.
know, Riley is my best friend.
All
He's
right.
a dog.
All right, so
it's Dog Tech.
okay,
That's why they're
fine.
man's
Dog
best
Tech.
friend.
I've heard it 20 times. We got it.
Dog Tech.
Buy it if you like
Man's best
dogs.
friend.
Buy Battlefield if you want to play a real game. Okay,
I
so
have Battlefield.
all right. So
I haven't
anyways,
played it. But Dog Tech is awesome.
Jesus Christ.
It's cool in the campaign. I am a campaign guy, and Battlefield's campaigns are awful.
No,
The
they're not.
Call of Duty
No, they're
campaign was
not.
cool.
Maybe you should open up your copy
Ghosts.
and play it on the
I have-
PS4.
I have.
I did not see that you played that. Don't
No,
lie to
I've
me.
installed it. That's about as far as I've
Then
got.
you didn't play it.
No, I know.
You can't participate in this conversation.
Because you haven't played Dog Tech.
I
You haven't
did play
understand
Call
it.
of Duty. I rented it and I
Have
thought
you
it was
played
garbage.
Ghosts?
Yes! On
On
my
what system?
360.
Well, you played it on the wrong system. For
It
one.
doesn't matter. It's bad.
It was inferior. Dog Tech was better on
Oh
the
my
Xbox
God.
One.
You don't even know you didn't play it. I'm going to punch you so hard.
Dog Tech.
That's because he's being a jerk and he knows it's infuriating my
It's great.
Italian temper. Alright. So,
She is moving her hands a lot.
I am. My face is red. If I move my headphones, they're probably my ears are red. Alright, so
So before we
This-
leave,
no,
I want to just talk to you
no,
about
stop.
Dog Tech one more time.
I will also set you on fire with my mind. This is not okay.
Ooh, cool.
No, you don't.
I will attack you with Riley.
No!
Sick him!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He does it, man, and he rips their arms off. It's awesome. I did not expect to like that game. That's all I'm saying. I bought it for cheap.
That was
I
10
didn't
minutes
expect it.
of the people that are listening to our podcast. Like,
Dog
they
Tech.
will never get back. Battlefield.
Dog Tech. Man's best friend.
Dogs are the future of games.
No, they're
Yes.
not. Oh
You
my
gotta play
god.
Fables, though.
Did you? Hey, Mo, Dog
All
Tech!
right,
She was
so
also my HUD and my best friend.
Yeah.
thank you for listening to episode 4 of
It's a great time,
Presstartoplay.
man. Thanks, guys.
And
ladies.
you
and
know,
friends.
we
Hopefully,
have a
ladies,
Twitter.
we hope.
Yeah.
It's spelled differently. There's a number 2. We have a Facebook. You can like us. We're trying to post more on our actual website because that's probably a better idea in life. We have some reviews hopefully coming up. We try to do our weekly blurbs. Let us know what you think about them. I believe you guys are reading them and you like them, but what do you really think? Can you comment? Let me know. Let me know if this is a good thing for us to be doing weekly.
Probably do it anyway.
I know. I just
Yeah.
like making the graphics. I'm not going to lie.
It's fun.
It gives me something to do. All right.
Yeah, it gives her lots of things to do.
Yeah, so thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. See you
Dog Tech.
later.
Dog
It's
tech.
just dogs in the future of games, period.
Battlefield.
Dog tech.
Stop
Dogs.
it.
Dog
Fable.
Just
Fable taught me that.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Battlefield! I hate both of you.
Dog tech.